Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Welcome to Chicago, where the fire serve cold, but the Wolves and the Hawks never shiver in the snow. The Bulls keep it running, the Sox run the South, the Cubs run the North, but the Bears run the house. True Chicago sports fans got their ears to the street. Any team make a move and they never skip a beat. And in this house, this is where we be. Welcome to the show with E-Rock and Big Z.
Welcome to Chicago. Coming from the True Chicago Sports Fan Cave, this is the TCSF Podcast with Big Z. Episode 150 is brought to you by 606 Media, True Chicago Sports Fans, and Grit Clothing Company. Don't forget to go to gritclothingco.com and get your official TCSF Podcast t-shirts. Search for keyword True Chicago and then use that promo code TrueFan15 for 15% off your entire order. That is TrueFan15. Go and get your official TCSF shirts now. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the show. If you're a first-timer or a long-timer, please remember to hit that subscribe button. Smash it. That notify button, and go ahead and give us a review on your listening app of choice. You can find us on Facebook at True Chicago Fans. Find us on Twitter at True Chi Fans and at IG at True Chicago Sports Fans. Don't forget, you can also support the show with a monthly subscription at anchor.fm /True Chicago Sports Fans. Go over there and click on the support button, and you can subscribe for as little as $1 a month. That's nothing. So I know you like the show, and I know you guys are fans because you continue to listen to this beautiful voice. So tell your friends, and they'll tell their friends, and we can all just big one big community of friends. And if you enjoy the content, if it make you laugh, we make you cry, you want to disagree with me and yell at me. If we make you think on a certain topic, please share this with others, and I know they're going to like it. If you like it, they're going to like it. So it's been a kind of a chill week this week, except for the traffic in the city. It is 4th of July weekend. I'm recording on Monday, so it is happy 4th of July to everybody. So, it's been a pretty chill week. We had bowling last week. I did pretty well, 214, 160, 187. No need to brag. I don't want to upset the bowling gods because every time I talk about my bowling scores, the next week I do like crap. But I'll definitely be off this week, so you won't hear any bowling news in the next episode. But it is 4th of July. It is 4th of July, and it's preparations. If you have a dog, most likely your dog does not like fireworks or thunderstorms, and mine doesn't. My 65, 75 pound pit bull does not like fireworks. He gets anxiety, and he needs to hide somewhere, and usually it's on top of me. Looks like I'm carrying a 65 pound baby just walking around, and he's shivering. So that's going to be my 4th of July, is pretty much taking care of my pup, who is not a fan of the celebration of independence. Other than that, I've been cleaning out my place. Got a lot of clothes I need to give away. My shoe closet is nice and organized. Now to work on this office that I'm recording out of right now. It is about 60% done. I got to remove some furniture here and re-put up some frames, and memorabilia needs to be readjusted, and so it looks really nice in here. The idea is that you guys will be able to see me soon, and we'll put everything on YouTube. And other than that, our website is up. Brand new website's up. It has both No Water on the Weekend and this show on there, and it has Steven and Sean's profile, and it has my profile on the website. Right now, what we have it on, I believe it's on GoDaddy. So you go over there to 606media.godaddysite.com. So right now it's on the GoDaddy. Pretty soon we'll just have it at 606 Media. But just go ahead and check it out. Let me know what you think. Give me some feedback. I am not a website builder or graphic designer of that capacity. So you know what? It's a start. It's a start. So you can go on there. You can listen to the show right there from your desktop and hit the listen now. You can go over to No Water on the Weekend right after you listen to this show and listen there. If you don't have it on a mobile app or you just want to use it in the office, there you go. Now you're able to do that. Put on your headphones. There might be an F-bomb here and there. So just make sure that you go over there and support. All right, in this episode, we're going to catch up, go around the loop, and catch up with all of our Chicago teams. You got the Sky firing, or their coach and GM leaves. The White Sox sputter in Oakland. You got the Cubs, who a week ago were 3 games out of first place, and how much a week has changed. The Bulls pick up a player and make some noise, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's pretty much it what we got. So stay tuned for that. But first, it is the Big 3 with Big Z. All right, I am Big Z, and you are not. All right, let's start off with story number one. NASCAR in Chicago this past weekend. It was wild and wet, to say the least. I think we got about 6 to 8 inches of downpour on Sunday, the day of the main race. I believe the day before the race was rained out. It was a practice race, or I don't even know. I'm not into NASCAR like that, but I did watch it, and I fairly enjoyed it. I know it was supposed to be 100 and something laps. It ended up being just 75, I believe, or 80 laps, or whatever it was. But I really enjoyed watching it, watching these guys just crash around. There was one point where I think there was a 14-car pileup. No one was hurt, but everyone was stuck and then trying to reverse in and out. And, it's a very tight spot. It was a short corner, and that's why there was a big pileup. But it was fun to see. It was fun to see. We had a first-time winner, and I don't think he's part of the NASCAR Cup Championship. Like, he's not part of the series, and he ends up winning the whole thing. And he had a really fast car, which was weird to say that, because the announcer was like, "Oh, he has the fastest car." I'm like, well, doesn't everybody try to achieve that, to get the fastest car? I don't know. But in the end, it was Shane Van Gisbergen, sure, from New Zealand. He was competing his first NASCAR Cup Series race, and his expertise is street courses. So he drives out in Australia and New Zealand, out there in the league out there, and he's like, "Oh, try it out here." So it was queer. It was weird. But yeah, like I said, it was a rainy holiday. It was lots of rain on Michigan Avenue and wherever it was, Randolph and all that stuff. Not Randolph, Michigan, Columbus, Lakeshore Drive, where the race took place. But it was a cool background setting, because you had the lake, you had the Buckingham Fountain, you had the whole skyline. It looked really, really cool. And there was a lot of people there, and people hanging out from the buildings. I mean, they were going up to 140 miles an hour on the straightaway. It looked really cool. I mean, I wish I could go 140 miles an hour on the straightaway. But no, can't do that in the Jeep. Doesn't go that fast. Story number 2, ESPN. Ooh, it was Black Friday this week for ESPN. Oh my goodness, they took down a lot of guys. Jeff Van Gundy, NBA analyst and former Knicks coach, was the biggest name released. He had called 17 NBA finals with ESPN after joining the network in 2007, including at least 15 NBA finals with Mike Breen and Mark Jackson. One of the longest sports broadcasting teams in history. I mean, he got cut. Not, whether you love him or hate him, I mean, he was there. He was consistent. He had a good voice. He had the coach's perspective. Another cut was Jalen Rose with his perfect hairline and perfect black hair. The former NBA player analyst has been with ESPN since 2007 as well, and he has served as college basketball analyst and NBA analyst, and then he was part of the Jalen Jacoby show, and then Get Up. He was also part of NBA's NBA Countdown. So another big name goes down. You have more. There's more people that got cut. Max Kellerman, the former boxing analyst and Around the Horn host. Kellerman was rumored to be on his way out when his morning radio show with former Jets receiver Keyshawn Johnson and ex-NBA star Jay Williams was canceled to make room for Pat McAfee. This was Kellerman's second stint at ESPN, where he has returned from Fox Sports when he worked with Stephen A. Smith on First Take, but was dumped by Smith. Yeah, they were always arguing. Keyshawn Johnson, another name. Well, obviously we just mentioned him, right? He's the one that got cut. Todd McShay, NFL draft analyst and king of mock sports drafts. Excuse me. And also served as a college football sideline reporter. McShay came out to ESPN in 2006. Matt Hasselbeck, former quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks, is another one that's been cut. Ashley Brewer, Susie Kobler, Steve Young, LaFonso Ellis, Jason Fitz, radio host Jason Fitz, baseball writer June Lee, college basketball analyst Jordan Cornette. Holy crap. Game day staff member David Pollack at ESPN, contributor and friend of mine, Nick Friedel. So it's getting real. It is getting real. That's crazy. I have to reach out to Nick, see how he's doing. Man, ESPN, what's going on? What is going on? All right, story number 3, and we can't talk about 4th of July without talking about the Nathan's famous hot dog contest. And a synonymous name with that is going to be Joey Chestnut, right? You're probably listening to this either before or after you watch Joey Chestnut scarf down, I don't know, 60, 70, 80 hot dogs. I don't know. Are you guys watching this? Are you guys a fan of this competition, of food eating competition? I mean, it's a lot of gluttony. And I don't know, how many hot dogs can you eat at one time? The number's got to be 2. That's it. You know, I can have 2 hot dogs, and then I'm done. I'm done for a couple weeks, at least. So he has won it 15 times, and he hasn't lost since 2015. So he's the foremost Frankfurter eater ever. Yeah. I mean, the belt's pretty cool. The Nathan's belt looks pretty cool. It looks like a WWE belt. But yeah, let me know if you guys are watching this, and if you do, what you think. I mean, are you going to even bet on this? I mean, what are the odds that he loses? I mean, there's a guy named Esper, Wary Webb, and Bertoli. I don't know. I've seen this maybe once or twice. It is not for me. I'll watch the highlights, but there's no way. No way. I mean, he is the GOAT of eating hot dogs, but there's no way this is something that I'm into. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Big Z, and that's news to me. We'll be right back after a word from my sponsors.
Hey, true Chicago sports fans, show off your Chicago pride with some fresh clothes from Grit Clothing Company. At Grit Clothing, they create that simple yet classic style that represents that Chicago Southside lifestyle. From t-shirts to hoodies, hats to glassware, they've got you covered. Grit has everything you need to represent your Chicago pride, so do it right now. Check out gritclothingco.com and use the promo code TrueFan15.
TrueFan15.
For 15% off your entire order. Let me say it again. That's gritclothingco.com and use the promo code TrueFan15 for 15% off of your entire order.
Hey guys, it's Steven.
And this is Sean, and you are listening to True Chicago Sports Fans.
Don't forget to listen to No More on the Weekend. New episodes on Monday. You can find us anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Yeah, so we're going to go do a couple of shots, so let's kick it back over to Big Z.
Welcome back to the True Chicago Sports Fan Podcast with Big Z. This is The Loop, our Chicago Sports Roundup, where we keep you in the loop.
This is Chicago. Doors open on the left at Chicago.
Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago.
This is Chicago. Doors open on the left at Chicago.
Welcome to Chicago.
What is going on with our baseball teams? You've got to be kidding me. North side and south side, you've got to be frustrated what's going on with our teams. They were both losers this past weekend, and we're going to start off with the White Sox. The White Sox lost their last series against the A's. Yes, the worst team in baseball. They were 1-23 or 1-27 in day games all season. I don't even know how many at home. The only game they won as a day game was at home before they seen the White Sox. They take 3 of 4 from the White Sox. I mean, this is embarrassing. Embarrassing. I know they were in most of the games. And either they came back, they were up. But even the last game that they won, they almost blew it. What is going on with this team? Where's the heart? Where's the soul? Where is the will to win? To quote Hall of Fame Ken Harrelson. They just don't have it. They just don't have it. This team is very frustrating to watch because 1 minute they're tearing the cover off the ball, and then the next minute the bullpen's tossing softballs. The Sox only have 3 starters at the moment: Giolito, Cease, and Lynn. And Lynn has been up and down. Giolito has been doing a lot better, and Cease got hit around the other day. He's not the Cease of old yet. He said he's getting there. He's not there yet. He worked on some mechanics and changed some of the things that he's seen on film, but he's not there yet. And we have Kopech, who they just put on 15-day IL. Clevenger's still on it. Liam Hendricks is still on it. Liam Hendricks doesn't come back till after the All-Star game. It's bad. This is a bad team. A very, very bad team. I don't know if it's the coaching to blame. I don't know if it's the front office to blame. I don't know if it's the players to blame. But right now, it's everybody. And it's embarrassing to watch this team night in and night out go through the same motion. There's no heart. They brought in Pedro Grifol, and he's like, oh, we're going to kick everybody's ass, and we're going to play fundamental baseball, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. I don't see it. I just don't see it. Expect the White Sox to be sellers. Look for Joe Kelly to be gone, Graveman to be gone. Look for Giolito. That'd probably be the first one to be gone. Tim Anderson is a possibility. It's just that he's not playing well, so he's got no stock right now. Also, the only place that they need a shortstop is in LA, and I doubt that they're going to pay premium for a guy who isn't hitting, who's got shoulder issues right now. Why would you trade for that? Okay? Unless he's going to be willing to play second base for the foreseeable future on a team that needs him, like me Toronto. They need a second baseman. But what are you going to get back from him? He's got not much value. So expect this to be a sure thing. They're going to move some of these players. That championship window was 2 years. That COVID year and the year after. And I'm the first one that was shitting on Tony La Russa, but they weren't this bad with Tony. They were not this bad with Tony La Russa. All right, the Sox come back home to face the Blue Jays and the Cardinals this week. So buckle up for a roller coaster ride. You don't know what to expect with this team. I'm still watching. I'm still a fan. You can make fun of me all you want for being a White Sox fan. It is what it is. But you're playing the Blue Jays, an exciting team from the AL East, who's trying to get there to compete for first place because there is no other thing. I mean, the wild card will come out of the East as well. So they're literally going to try to secure 2 spots. The Cardinals are a hot mess. I'm not into Cardinal news, but I know they're in last place. And there's a lot of issues with Contreras. I mean, these are games you should win. But that's what we said last week. when they said we're playing the A's. We should take, 2 out of 3. We should take 2 or 3 out of 4 from the Angels. And that didn't happen. That was a split. All right, so we don't know what team is going to show up. Tim Anderson needs to be moved down the line. In the lineup, he can't hit. There's no reason he should be hitting number 2 or number 1. I know he had the last day against the A's. He got a couple hits, but the day before that, I think he was 0 for 5, 4 or 1 for 5, whatever it was. Oh, 0 for 5 strikeouts, all of them. It's bad. You got to move him down the lineup. He's not really helping the team right now, so I don't know. The team doesn't have the balls to do that. Let's transition to some good news with the White Sox. Luis Robert Jr. has been selected as an All-Star. He is the sole White Sox making the trip to Seattle this year. And congratulations to Lou Bob Jr., who's been busting his ass in center field, and he's been raking. So I'm super excited to see how this kid is actually maturing into a great baseball player. They always said he's a 6-tool player. We're starting to see it. He's not chasing the low and away stuff anymore or the high and inside. He's waiting for his pitch, and he's either driving it, trying to get on base, or putting one on the board. So congratulations to Lou Bob Jr. The kid Remlinard, we called him up, 29-year-old rookie. This kid is playing fundamental baseball, hustling the first, taking extra bases, doing what he can at second base, knocking down balls so the guys don't score. He is doing what you expect your superstars to do. I don't get it. Why can't we just that could be contagious and just be like, all right, guys, he's hustling. We should all hustle too. He's producing a .929 OPS over his last 42 plate appearances. And he's put Elvis Andrew on the bench. I mean, I loved Elvis. I knew he was a stopgap. Will he be traded or DFA'd? Who knows? We've had so many injuries. I don't think we can afford that. But the kid can play anywhere. Playing on outfield, second, third base, shortstop. He's a Swiss Army knife, and he's playing very well for us. So I love the kid. He gets on base. He hustles. That's the stuff we need on this team. All right, let's move over to the north side. And we got good news on the north side, besides them losing. Cubs pitcher Marcus Stroman, Justin Steele, and shortstop Dansby Swanson are all named to the NL All-Star Game roster they were just named this Sunday afternoon. Congrats to Marcus Stroman. He's been kicking ass, and he wants to stay a Cub, and the Cubs are like, well, we're not going to negotiate yet. Whatever their tactic is, I don't know. He's a good pitcher. He's pitching his ass off. I don't know. Maybe the number's not there. Maybe the numbers are not matching up. But you're in upswing and building towards being a contender for next year and a year after that. Why wouldn't you want Marcus Stroman? Justin Steele has shown, some greatness. I think he's like 8-1 or something like that. And you know what? He's been pitching very well. He did get rocked second to last start before he went to the IL, I believe. Dansby Swanson, the name speaks for itself. You knew he was going to be an all-star when you signed him. And he's been nothing but a professional and a great hitter and a great shortstop. So I got nothing but love for that kid. So congrats to those guys who are going to represent the Cubs in Seattle. Like I said, the Cubs did have a bad week, and they dropped the series to the Guardians this past weekend. That's 2 straight series losses. And I can't lie, the Cubs team is fun to watch. It is. But it's hard to watch them unless you're going to a bar or unless you have Comcast and you subscribe to the Marquee Network. You're not watching them. You better hope they're on Fox or Peacock for their baseball game, or Apple for their weekly baseball game. I mean, it is really fun to watch this Cubs team. I mean, they are competing with the heavy hitters. Now they had 2 bad series, but they didn't have expectations like the White Sox did. Their expectation was to have 76 wins. They're about that. Last week, they were 3 games out of first place. Now I think they're 6.5. and they're in 4th place, just like the White Sox. So they're an up-and-coming team where the White Sox are just a hot mess. So you have a bunch of guys on the Cubs that are doing well. I want them to do well. I want the city to do well. But right now, people had expectations. Oh, they're going to playoff team. Yes, both teams are in the weakest divisions in baseball. The Central at AL and NL are super weak. Anybody can win. I think the Brewers right now and the Pirates, the Cincinnati Reds are tied for 1st place. The Cubs are going up to Wrigley North for 4-game series. It is super hard, super tough to sweep a 4-game series. Look for a split. So, Cubs fans, come at me. Give me your DMs. Give me your your best analysis, because I think they're on the right trajectory. I think they have a lot of good pieces. With Morel, Swanson, even Nikki's 2 strikes is doing very well. I mean, you got good pieces, but you guys are going to be sellers at the trade deadline, just like the White Sox. Okay, I don't see you guys turning it around and lighting the match and taking off on the rocket. All right, I don't think you have that talent yet. So expect some pieces to be moved around. What will they be? I don't know. I really don't know, but they're going to be sellers. All right, let's switch over to the hardwood with the Chicago Bulls. The Chicago Bulls made news when they applied for a disabled player exception for guard Lonzo Ball. About time. They've been fighting this exception for a while. He's expected to miss the entire season. If granted by the NBA, the exception would be worth about half of Ball's salary, about $10.2 million, and allows the team to replace a player who is out for the season. The Bulls would be allowed to trade or claim a player only in the final year of their contract or sign a free agent for a 1-year deal. However, adding a player does affect the team's salary cap hit. Chicago is currently at $9 million before the luxury tax. So they can only sign somebody for $9 million before they start paying some extra money. And we know Jerry Reinsdorf's teams don't pay the luxury tax. So expect a mid-level exception or something like that. Bulls Vice President AK said on the draft night that the team did not expect Ball, who's not played since January of 2022, to return this upcoming season. Ball went to underwent cartilage transplant surgery in March, and the Bulls have already agreed to agreed to a pair of contracts with guards since free agency began. Kobe White received a 3-year, $40 million deal. And if you've seen Kobe White from when he started and got drafted to what he was able to do last year, you see that there's a lot of growth and maturity, both in his shooting, his dribbling, and his ability to read a defense and offense. The kid is getting better. So I think this is a good deal for the Bulls. They obviously need outside shooting. So they also signed free agent Javon Carter, a 3-year deal, 3-year, $20 million contract. He played with Milwaukee last year. We still have Ayo as a restricted free agent, and there hasn't been any news on that yet. I think Ayo is somebody you have to sign. I mean, the kid is really good. Let him mature. Let him learn through the offense. All right? Let him learn. Give him time. What I don't have time for is this BS with Zach LaVine, trade rumors and taking calls. You just signed the man to the max. You just signed the guy to a max. I know we talked about Vooch getting his money as well. So it looks like they're running it back. Unless there's a blockbuster trade, and there's rumors. Okay, don't quote me on this. This is just a rumor that I saw. That Portland needs a trade partner. Portland needs a trade partner. They're trying to move Dame. Well, Dame wants out pretty much. So this is something that's gonna make news because he wants to go only to the Heat. Well, that's where his preferred landing spot is. You know, they had almost a deal, and I don't know if it fell apart or the numbers didn't match up, or the third team is not there yet. But this is the rumor I saw. Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, Nikolai Jovic, and 2027 first round are going to the Bulls. The Heat would get Damian Lillard and Joseph Nurkic. The Trailblazers would get Zach LaVine, Kyle Lowry, Caleb Martin, and a 2029 first rounder. Damn, the Trailblazers would look pretty decent. I know Kyle Lowry's old. But Caleb Martin, up and coming star. I don't know. The Bulls, I know the Trailblazers can't make a trade until they give the Bulls a draft pick that they owe them. So they can't trade any draft picks until that trade or transaction is completed. So that would be the only reason that the Bulls would have to be involved if there's a pick for Trailblazers. But again, lots of rumors, lots of speculation, and this is why we love sports. All right, let's move over to the ice. Right, the Chicago Blackhawks. Let's do that hockey. The Blackhawks have signed veteran forward Ryan Donato to a 2-year contract worth $2 million against the cap. Ryan adds depth and versatility to our team and will complement and forward the group well. Blackhawks general manager Kyle Davison, a.k.a. Kyle from Chicago. And if you haven't seen that clip of Kyle from Chicago, go look that up on YouTube. It is hilarious. He said on the team statement, he'll be a great addition to our system. Hey, the Blackhawks are stacking up talent. That's what they're doing. They're stacking up as much talent as we can, trying to pair them off for Connor Bedard, who is going to be a star. They're trying to stack up everybody they can and become as competitive as fast as they can. It's different in hockey. Hard cap. These guys are making $2 million, $4 million. They're not making baseball and basketball money. So it's hard to maneuver to get 3 lines, 4 lines of players. It's crazy. All right, lastly, the Chicago Sky. Man, this one came out of the blue. This one definitely came out of the blue because I was invited this weekend to go to the game. I just couldn't go. James Wade leaves the Sky to go be an assistant in the NBA. It's crazy. I don't even know what to say. The WNBA saw its second head coach change in a week when the Chicago Sky announced that Saturday James Wade is leaving his roles as a head coach and GM to become an assistant with the Toronto Raptors. This was a stunner. I wasn't a fan of his coaching. I watched about 8 to 10 games last year. Was not a fan of his coaching. But that's just what I see during the game, right? I don't know if he's great at player development, his relationship with his players. You know, the moves he made as a GM, you know, he went after it. They won a championship. I just think he didn't want to be there for another rebuild. I don't know. I feel bad for this guy. I really do. So, let's see. The GM, interim GM and head coach is going to be Emery Vontan Server. I don't know. This one really stunned me just because he's been there forever. He has been there forever. So, you know, happy trails. Happy trails. I really, really want the WNBA, especially the Chicago Sky, to do well. I think they deserve a lot more support. So I think that the other teams that are not in season should be out there supporting the Chicago Sky, just like as they do for the other major sports, the male sports. So you got to reciprocate. All right, that is it for The Loop. We'll be right back with Stirring the Pot after a word from our sponsors.
This is Chicago. Doors open on the left at Chicago.
Hey, true Chicago sports fans, show off your Chicago pride with some fresh clothes from Grit Clothing Company. At Grit Clothing, they create that simple yet classic style that represents that Chicago Southside lifestyle. From t-shirts to hoodies, hats to glassware, they've got you covered. Grit has everything you need to represent your Chicago pride. So do it right now. Check out gritclothingco.com and use the promo code TrueFan15.
TrueFan15.
For 15% off your entire order. Let me say it again. That's gritclothingco.com and use the promo code TrueFan15 for 15% off of your entire order.
What up? It's Martin Moreno, and you are listening to True Chicago Sports Fans Podcast.
Welcome back to the True Chicago Sports Fan Podcast with Big Z. It's that time again. You know what time it is. It's time for Stirring the Pot. All right, it is officially summer, right? It's been summer for a couple weeks, officially. And if you're into the street festival scene or the concert scene or going to the lake, doing whatever you do, we all know that it's food, right? It is the food that is probably a driver to where you're going. And this weekend coming up, Windy City Smokeout. Now, if you don't know what this is, it is a country music festival, but there's barbecue, and more barbecue. I remember when this little festival started on Grand Avenue at the, I think it's Chicago Tribune, sometimes the parking lot. Little parking lot. That's where it started. And now it takes over all of Madison in front of the United Center. It is humongous, one of the biggest festivals. So, my question to you, TCSF audience, what is your barbecue go-to? What are you putting in your hands when it comes to barbecue? All right, so I'm pulling up the menu for Windy City Smokeout, their barbecue menu. All right, obviously there's going to be pulled pork nachos. There's Tennessee red pineapple coleslaw. Prime brisket, of course. You got to have mac and cheese, right? Spare ribs. Beef cheek barbacoa elotes. Okay, now that's a little weird. Would I try it? Probably. All right, we got cherry smoked barbecue pulled pork sandwich. Crackling. Pork belly. Beef fajita sausage. Hot links. Brisket birria tacos. Wow. A Z-Man sandwich, which is brisket, onion rings, provolone, and a barbecue sauce. Oh, that smacks. That always smacks. Let's see. Brisket kebab. Okay. Smoked beef French dip. Wagyu steak dog. A Wagyu steak dog is pico de gallo, avocado, sour cream, pickled jalapenos, and it's on a potato roll. Sounds good to me. Let's see. Wagyu andouille sausage. I'm not a big fan of that. Let's see what else. Anything else? Mashed potato salad. Garlic parmesan fries. Okay. Burnt ends. Rope sausage. Banana pudding. Banana pudding. Let's see. Anything else that stands out here? Jalapeno cheddar sausage. Yeah. Those are good. Cheese grits. All right. There is so much food at this place. I'm not even halfway down. But obviously you got to have the ribs. You got to have the pulled pork. You got to have the slaw. You got to have... I'm not a potato salad, but some people love it. I don't like it. You can have all the potato salad. I don't like it. You got to try the brisket. I'm already my mouth is just watering thinking about this. Obviously there'll be some pulled pork fries and stuff like that, but yeah, you can just imagine the barbecue sauce all over your face. So good. Looking so forward to getting some barbecue this weekend. So let me know what your favorite barbecue item is, either to make or just to go eat. Your favorite barbecue spot, recommendations. I love to eat, and I love barbecue. What kind of sauce do you like? Are you a Carolina? Are you a Texas? What kind of sauce? You like it hot? You like it sweet? Man, my mouth is still watering looking at these pictures. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we go, what you looking at? What are you watching that isn't sports? Well, to be honest, it's been nothing but nonstop sports, watching all these baseball games, staying in tune with NBA free agency. You had the draft last week. It's been nonstop sports, and then I've just been cleaning. So to be honest with you, I have some movies on the queue. I haven't been able to watch them, but I always have Sopranos in the background when I'm not doing something, when I'm not sitting on the couch. But one thing that I did watch, it's kind of sports, soap opera. It's a male soap opera, and it's WWE. WWE Money in the Bank. All right. Now, if you're not familiar with this, there is a male and female match where there's 6 or 7 competitors, and they have to climb a ladder and get a briefcase that guarantees them a contract at a shot at the champion. And they have a year to cash this contract in. Cool concept. Now, it is a crazy match because they do a lot of crazy stuff with the ladders. They're very innovative. And again, there's 6 or 7 competitors. That's a lot of people, a lot of ladders, a lot of people fall in. I'm not sure if you're into like combat sports, and I know this isn't a real thing. I know it's scripted. Yes, I do know that. But it's real. When they fall on the ladders and when they fall on the floor, that shit hurts. All right? So give it a shot. It's on Peacock. The other thing I've been watching is the WWE Treasures. I think they went to try to retrieve the championship belt, or the women's championship belt, from Alonza Blaze, also known as Medusa. So yeah, it didn't go so well. She said, "No, you can't have this belt." So it was pretty cool. I love seeing that all the memorabilia. They're trying to retrieve memorabilia and put it on display for everyone to see, and to build a history for everyone to understand, where we came from and who paved the way for a lot of people. So they picked up Mae Young's original crown and her robe, and it's pretty cool because I met quote unquote Mae Young. She was in past. I said hi to her. She said hi. This was after I went to New Orleans to see WrestleMania. And she was waiting in the TSA line, and I was able to wave to her, and she waved back. So that's as close as I got. And then I rode a train with Mickey James. So again, I know it's scripted drama, but there's a lot of cool stuff in there. So something interesting, give it a shot. All right. I'm getting on some shows that people recommended, and some movies. I know I haven't been to the movie theater. It's just been pretty busy, but hopefully this week I'll be over at the movie theater, check out Guardians of the Galaxy and The Flash, maybe even the Transformers movie. I need to catch up. I haven't been out. All right. That is it for today. Thank you for listening. A big thank you to our sponsors, 606 Media, True Chicago Sports Fans, and Great Clothing Company. Don't forget to go to greatclothingco.com and get your official TCSF podcast t-shirt. Search for keyword True Chicago and use the promo code TrueFan15 for 15% off your entire order. That is TrueFan15. They have a lot of cool shit up there. Go and order something. They got lots of cool hats. Go get one of our shirts. They have a lot of sweaters. They have a lot of cool stuff on there. So go over there. Use promo code TrueFan15 at checkout for 15% off your entire order. Do it now. Check out the rest of the 606 Media lineup. The newest show on the 606 Media family is the No Water on the Weekend podcast with Sean and Steven and Sean, however you want to do it. A pop culture forward podcast that dabbles in funny trivia, film, television, music, and Chicago-centric news and happenings. New episodes every Monday. I was just on their past episode with both of the fellas. We had a good time. We definitely had a good time. So go ahead and check them out. Don't forget to check out Mike Logic and Joey Childs. They released a new EP called Too Much to Text Volume 1. It's available on all your streaming platforms. Shout out to Ronesh, Panic, Serious Beats, and custom made for the beats we played on today's show. Check out paniconthebeat.com for your moment, merch, and gear. Check us out on social media. You can find us at True Shy Fans on Twitter and on TikTok. Find us on Facebook, IG, Spotify, and reach out to us on our email. We want to hear from you. Reach us at truechicagosportsfans@gmail.com. All right, y'all. This is Big Z signing off, and we'll see you next time for episode 151, like Bacardi. Until then, be good to each other for the love of sports.
A few moments later.
You have a lot of incest.
That's real.
Shut your mouth.
Lover boy.
Nature versus nurture, Lodge. Nature always wins.
I think he's on steroids.
Hasta luego, amigos.
Show's over, show's over, show's over.